Lord, obviously, I would like time to study your Lordship's judgment and to properly formulate the grounds of appeal.
Yes.
At this stage, I will, however, place one ground of appeal on record, and that is that your Lordship committed a misdirection by failing to determine the issue of jurisdiction in relation to the applicant's application.
Tensions rose as presiding judge Philip Zilwa read his final judgment in court today. He found that some of the facts raised in this bail application were not new and were raised in previous bail applications. His ruling highlighted that the extradition treaty between South Africa and Nigeria did not guarantee that Omotoso wouldn't flee, as his church branches are in several countries. He said the threats to witnesses that were presented as evidence could not be overlooked, as some had to go under witness protection. Zilwa also found that his flight risk status has worsened, as there is evidence that he is a prohibited person in the country.
The applicant's prohibited immigrant status, when viewed together with other relevant factors referred to in the Act, leads me to the ineluctable conclusion that the applicant has, once again, failed to discharge the requisite onus. That being the case, I am left with no other option but to refuse his bail application, and in keeping with the provisions of Section 60 in brackets 11 in brackets A of the Criminal Procedure Act, to order that the applicant be detained in custody until he is dealt with in accordance with the law and his pending case is finalized.
Zilwa said it was the applicant's duty to persuade the court, indicating that Omotoso's defense failed to persuade him.
The onus is not on the state to convince the court not to grant bail, but on the applicant to adduce evidence indicating the presence of exceptional circumstances that should persuade the court, in the interest of justice, to grant bail. Having carefully considered all the evidence before me, both written and oral, I am not persuaded.
Meanwhile, the ANC Women's League has welcomed this decision. The group showed up in numbers to stand in solidarity with the alleged victims.
I think also the quality of the conclusion by the judge is very clear. He's not beating about the bush, and therefore what we are asking from the justice system is support for women and the human rights of women, because they are part of the people that have the capacity to protect women.
Omotoso's lawyer Peter Doberman has indicated intentions to appeal the decision. The appeal is expected to be heard next week, Monday, and the trial to begin on Tuesday. This is also to allow all parties involved to study the judgment. Anda Ngonji, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.